I'd now like to introduce our witnesses for the second panel. Our first witness of the second panel is the Most Reverend Mark Sopi, Apostolic Administrator of the Roman Catholic Diocese of Prison. Bishop Sopi is effectively the Roman Catholic Bishop of Kosovo. Born in Kosovo, he began his studies in philosophy and theology in Zagreb, Croatia, and completed his degrees in Rome. In 1995, Monsignor Mark Sopi was nominated by the Holy See as Kosovo's bishop. During the conflict in Kosovo, Bishop Sopi played a major role in saving lives, and after the war he participated in the reconstruction effort to rebuild schools, hospitals, and religious sites. Now turn to our first witness, Bishop Sopi.
Zotni Kryesus, Zotni Kongressmen, ju falenderoj që më keni dhënë mundësinë me mujtën këtu, edhe unë mi qiten pikpamjet e mia, sa I përket çështjes Kosovës.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee, honorable members of Congress. I feel honored today to be here, and thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to speak before you and express my views on the current situation in Kosovo.
Siç dihet, Kosova gjendet në Ballkan, me një sipërfaqe 11,000 kilometra kvadrat.
As you know, Kosovo is a country that in the Balkans and the southeastern Europe with a area of 11,000 square kilometers.
Me një popullat rreth 2 milion.
And has a population of about 2 million people.
Ku janë shumica e madhe shqiptar,
with a majority
90%.
With a majority of over 90% being Albanians.
Këta që jertë bërbajnë Sërbt, Marazest, Bosnjak, Turqt, e sa që jerë komunitete më të vogla.
And the rest consist of Serbs, Bosnians, Romas, and other minorities.
Sa I përket përkatësisë fetare, pjesa dërmuese është e besimit islam.
As far as religion in Kosovo is concerned, we can say that most of the people in Kosovo belong to the Islam religion.
Pastaj është kisha ortodokse.
And then, of course, some of them belong to the Orthodox Church.
Edhe kisha katolike.
And some to the Catholic Church.
Qysh për fillimit populli I Kosovës, që ishte atëherë I lirë, kanë pranuar krishterizmin për apostullit Paulit edhe nxënësvet e tij.
Since the first introduction of Christianity, the Albanians who were at that time were Illyrians, and in fact had embraced the Christian religion delivered to them by St. Paul.
Gjatë shekujve këto gjëra janë rrua.
But over the centuries, the religion belonging of the Albanians in the region has changed.
Tash aktualisht janë 3 bashkësime të mëdha, islame, ortodokse edhe katolike.
And today we have 3 major religions in the country, and that's the Islam, Orthodoxy, and Christianity.
Edhe pse jemi 2 kisha edhe një bashkësi islame me shpjegimet edhe mësimet e ndryshme, ne nuk kemi pasën të kaluamën konflikte fetare.
But even though there are 3 main religious communities, you have the Islamic community, the Roman Catholic community, and the Orthodox community, I can firmly say that never in the past or in the present have we ever had any conflicts, interreligious conflicts.
Shpesh herë ndigjohet se krahasohet islamizmi I Bosnjës me islamizmin tonë kosovar.
In many cases, people compare the Islam in Kosovo with the Islam in Bosnia, for example.
Është ndryshimi I tepër I madh, e s'mund të krahasohet kurse si njëri me tjetrin.
But I have to say that the Islam in Bosnia and the Islam in Kosovo are not compatible at all, and they are so different from one another.
Këta janë si mi krahasohet 2 sisteme, një sistem kapitalist edhe një sistem socialist o komunist.
Comparing these two, comparing the Islam in Kosovo and the Islam in Bosnia would be just like comparing two different economical systems, the capitalism and communism or socialism, for example.
Muslimanët e Bosnës ishin kroat apo serb?
In Bosnia, the Muslims were either of Croatian or Serbian backgrounds.
Ata nuk janë përcaktuar që I takojnë asnjënës as tjetrës palë.
And most of the time they did not actually know what ethnic background they came from.
Por e kanë zgjedhur një rrugë të mesme të I bëjnë entitetin e vet si Islam. Islamic.
And because of this, then they created this the notion of the Bosnian people, because the only thing they could find in common between them was the religion.
Ndërsa në Kosovë,
whereas in Kosovo,
ne nuk kemi pasën kur një herë kur farë konflikti mes nesh, edhe këtu nuk është në pyetje identiteti në baza kombëtare, por është më tepër dëshira me pasën një liri siç e kanë edhe tanë popujt e tjerë.
And in Kosovo, there has never been a conflict between people of different religions, and the only problems that we have been because of differences in ethnicity rather than religion.
Ashtu që pohimet e cilat janë ndigjuar dhe ndigjohet se ka edhe në Kosovë fundamentalizëm, absolutisht nuk qëndrojnë.
And one more thing I'd like to mention is that it is not true that in Kosovo there is this Islamic fundamentalism.
Shumë dëgjova edhe ngjarjet e marsit vitit e kaluar.
We heard quite a lot about the March events of last year.
Besoj se askush në Kosovë nuk I ka pritën ato.
But I'm sure that no one in Kosovo expected them to happen.
Ato nuk kanë qenë të drejtuar as serbe as objekteve fetare serbe.
I want to mention that the riots that happened in March 2004 were not directed against the Serbs or against their religious sites.
I kanë shkaktuar mytja e 3 fëmijëve në Mitrovic.
But they happened and they occurred because of the initial murder of 3 children in Mitrovica.
Edhe blokimi rrugës kryesore e cila qëndron për Prishtinë për Shkup.
And the blocking of the main road that connects Pristina and Skopje.
Por arsyeja kryesore ka qenë dëshira që proceset zhvillohen sa më shpejt në Kosovë.
And we always remain firm that we want a peaceful processes to get us to the final solution for the Kosovo issue.
Me një fjalë kisha me thënë se ata më tepër kanë qenë drejtuar drejt unmikut, të shprehën pakënaqësinë e tyre se nuk është të zhvilluar procesi I përparimit të jetës të Kosovës.
And I do believe that the riots of March 2004 were mainly directed against UNMIC because of its failure to come up with a strategy that would get Kosovars peacefully to what they have been requesting and their right to self-determination sooner.
E kur kanë dalën mia njerëz kryesisht të gjithë të ri pa kurrë kontrole.
So when thousands of people were protesting against the UNMIC failures so far, and these were mainly young people that were not organized or under the control of anyone.
Duket se ka edhe elemente të cilët nuk e dojnë përparimin, shkumjet përpara çështës Kosovës.
But obviously among these people there were elements that do not want to see Kosovo progress and go and develop further.
I kanë drejtuar drejt objekteve fetare Kishës Ortodokse.
And these were the elements then who attacked the Serbian Orthodox Church buildings in some cities.
Nuk janë atakuar ato pse janë kisha.
But I do believe that the attacks against churches were not just because they were churches and had to be destroyed.
Sepse në kaluar sidomos në kohën e Otomane.
Because if we think of the past and the history, especially the history during the Ottoman rule, Turkish rule, all these churches could have been destroyed completely and nobody would ever ask why.